Lou Costello, one half of the legendary comedy duo Abbott and Costello, has been remembered for decades as a master of slapstick, impeccable timing, and unforgettable routines. From Who's on First? To countless films and stage performances, he brought laughter to millions during Hollywood's golden era. Yet, behind the public persona of the cheerful, bumbling comic, there were secrets and unanswered questions surrounding his life, struggles and untimely death in 1959. For years, fans speculated about the circumstances that led to his passing, the pressures of fame, and the personal challenges he faced away from the spotlight. Rumors, assumptions, and secondhand stories filled the gaps, leaving many to wonder what the man behind the laughs truly experienced in his final days. While history celebrated his career, the private truth remained elusive, until now. 64 years after Lou Costello's death, his daughter has come forward to confirm long-suspected truths about her father's life and final moments. Her revelations shed light on the pressures of Hollywood fame, the strain of personal and professional challenges, and the realities behind the laughter that defined an entire era. More than a tribute to his comedic genius, her account humanizes Lou Costello, revealing the man behind the persona, a figure of resilience, struggle, and remarkable dedication to his craft. This disclosure not only revisits the legacy of one of comedy's most iconic figures, but also offers a poignant reminder that behind every legend is a complex human story. Lou Costello's daughter's confirmation finally provides fans and historians with clarity, bringing an end to decades of speculation while painting a fuller, richer picture of the life, challenges, and enduring impact of the man who left the world laughing. Lou Costello is remembered as one of the greatest comedians of the 20th century, half of the legendary Abbott and Costello duo that defined an era of Hollywood comedy. Their routines, especially the iconic Who's on First, have endured for generations, ensuring that Costello's name remains synonymous with laughter, timing, and comic genius. Yet, behind the exaggerated antics and stage persona, Lou Costello's life was far more complicated than audiences ever realized. Born Louis Francis Costello in Paterson, New Jersey, Costello rose from humble beginnings to stardom through sheer talent, determination, and relentless hard work. Partnered with Bud Abbott, he created a comedy formula that perfectly balanced Abbott's straight-laced delivery with Costello's bumbling, lovable everyman persona. Audiences adored the duo, but behind the scenes, the pressures of fame, grueling schedules, and personal struggles weighed heavily on Costello. For decades, fans speculated about the circumstances of his life and sudden death in 1959 at the age of 52. Rumors circulated about his health, the stress of show business, and private battles with personal demons. Despite his public image as a cheerful, energetic performer, there were signs that the relentless pace of his career and the weight of expectations had taken a toll. Colleagues and friends often noted that while Costello's comedy was effortless on stage, offstage he was a man grappling with exhaustion, health issues, and the pressure to maintain his image in Hollywood. For years, these personal truths remained obscured by the myth of the entertainer. Fans celebrated the laughter, often unaware of the physical and emotional strain behind it. Accounts from co-stars and associates hinted at the challenges Costello faced, but without direct confirmation, many of the details were dismissed as rumor or speculation. This gap between public perception and private reality left a lingering mystery about the life behind the laughter. Now, 64 years after his death, Costello's daughter has come forward to share the truth. Her account provides clarity on what her father endured in his final years, offering insights into the health complications, personal struggles, and pressures of fame that contributed to his untimely passing. Her revelations humanize a figure long immortalized as a comedic icon, showing that even the brightest stars have hidden challenges, establishes the duality of Lou Costello's life. The public figure who brought joy to millions and the private man facing struggles that were often invisible to fans. It sets the stage for understanding why his daughter's confirmation is so significant, not just for family, but for history and for the countless admirers who have wondered about the man behind the laughter. This chapter reminds us that comedy often masks complexity, and that the icons we idolize are, at their core, human beings navigating personal trials alongside public acclaim. Lou Costello's story is a testament to that delicate balance, a life of extraordinary achievement shadowed by personal struggle. Now revealed with honesty and insight by his own daughter, Lou Costello's life, though celebrated for laughter and charm, was shaped by pressures that few outside his inner circle fully understood. As the beloved half of Abbott and Costello, he was expected to maintain an image of perpetual energy, humor, and enthusiasm, a standard that was both exhausting and relentless. Behind the scenes, however, Costello struggled with health issues, personal anxieties, and the heavy responsibility of carrying a comedy empire that defined an era of Hollywood entertainment. By the 1950s, Abbott and Costello had become household names, commanding film contracts, radio appearances, and live performances that often pushed the duo to their limits. While Bud Abbott played the composed straight man, Costello's role demanded a physicality and timing that left little room for rest. Long hours, constant travel, and the expectation of flawless performance placed immense strain on him. According to his daughter, these pressures were compounded by the constant scrutiny of Hollywood, where appearances mattered as much as talent, and any sign of weakness could jeopardize careers. Health complications also shadowed Costello's later years. He battled heart problems and other medical concerns that were exacerbated by stress and a demanding lifestyle. Despite repeated warnings from doctors, he continued to perform, driven by a deep commitment to his craft and a sense of responsibility to fans. His daughter revealed that Costello often ignored his own needs, prioritizing schedules and performances over rest and recovery. The physical toll of performing comedy, running, falling, and executing precise physical gags night after night, further strained his already fragile health. Costello's personal life, too, was not immune to challenge. Fame often created a barrier between him and those he loved, and the pressures of maintaining a public persona left little room for private reflection or emotional support. His daughter recalls instances of exhaustion and emotional vulnerability that were hidden behind his stage persona, underscoring the human cost of sustaining a public image built on laughter and joy. Despite these challenges, Costello remained dedicated to entertaining audiences. His professionalism and love for comedy drove him to continue performing, even as his health declined. Friends and colleagues noted the duality of the man: on stage, a whirlwind of energy and hilarity; offstage, a person quietly grappling with the demands of fame, physical strain, and personal responsibility. Highlights that Lou Costello's life was far more complex than the public narrative suggested. His daughter's confirmation now offers crucial insight into the pressures that contributed to his untimely death. By understanding the combination of health issues, career demands, and personal strain, fans and historians can fully appreciate the magnitude of what he accomplished and the silent burdens he bore. This paints a portrait of a man whose life was defined not only by the laughter he brought to millions, but also by the personal costs of sustaining that legacy. It is a reminder that even the most iconic performers, whose lives seem larger than life, navigate struggles that remain hidden behind the curtain of fame. Lou Costello's story is one of brilliance shadowed by human fragility. Now revealed in greater detail through his daughter's candid account, the final days of Lou Costello's life were marked by a combination of exhaustion, stress, and underlying health issues that had been gradually taking a toll on the beloved comedian. While fans only saw the energetic, bumbling persona on screen, those closest to him were aware of the struggles he faced behind the curtain. According to his daughter, the pressures of maintaining the Abbott and Costello brand, coupled with his ongoing medical concerns, created a dangerous situation that ultimately contributed to his untimely death in 1959 at the age of 52. Costello's work ethic was legendary. Even when his health was declining, he refused to slow down. The demands of live performances, film shoots, and promotional appearances were relentless, and he often pushed himself beyond the limits that doctors had recommended. His daughter revealed that he sometimes ignored warning signs, feeling a sense of responsibility to fans and colleagues that outweighed his own well-being. The man who had brought laughter to millions was, in private, quietly battling the physical and emotional strain of a career that required constant precision and energy. In the weeks leading up to his death, Costello reportedly showed signs of fatigue and stress. He was often tense, had difficulty sleeping, and experienced periods of physical discomfort. Yet he maintained the facade of cheerfulness and humor in public. Friends and family recognized the contrast between the performer and the person behind the scenes. While audiences laughed at his comedic timing, only those close to him understood the cumulative toll of years of grueling work schedules, physical comedy, and the pressures of Hollywood fame. The day of his death was tragic, but, according to his daughter, not entirely unforeseen. Costello's heart, weakened by years of stress and overwork, could no longer cope with the relentless pace he maintained. His passing left a profound void in Hollywood and in the lives of those who knew him intimately. While fans mourned the loss of a comedic genius, the full context of his final days, the hidden struggles, the ignored warning signs, and the immense personal sacrifice remained largely unknown until his daughter spoke out decades later. Her confirmation of the truth finally illuminates the realities behind the headlines and obituaries of the time. Lou Costello's death was not simply a sudden, inexplicable tragedy. It was the culmination of years of dedication, relentless work, and the physical and emotional demands of sustaining one of the most successful comedy careers in history. His daughter's revelations provide a fuller, humanized understanding of the man behind the iconic routines, offering fans the chance to see him not just as a performer, but as a person who bore enormous pressures with grace and humor. Emphasizes that the story of Lou Costello's final days is one of both brilliance and vulnerability. His dedication to comedy, while inspiring, came at a personal cost, and the clarity provided by his daughter's account allows for a deeper appreciation of both his talent and the sacrifices he made. It's a poignant reminder that the people who bring joy to millions often do so while confronting struggles that remain hidden from public view. As the decades pass, Lou Costello's legacy continues to shine. But his daughter's confirmation ensures that his life story is complete. A tale of laughter, dedication, and the very real human challenges that shaped the man who made the world laugh. Lou Costello's death in 1959 left a lasting impact on Hollywood and comedy fans alike. For decades, the full story behind his final days remained a mystery, overshadowed by speculation and assumptions about the pressures he faced. Now, 64 years later, his daughter has finally confirmed the truth, offering clarity about the health struggles, relentless work ethic, and personal sacrifices that shaped the final chapter of his life. Her revelations provide a nuanced understanding of a man who was far more than the lovable, bumbling comic adored by millions. The confirmation from his daughter highlights the extraordinary dedication that defined Costello's career. Despite serious health concerns, he continued performing, driven by his passion for comedy and his commitment to audiences. His routines, from the slapstick antics of Who's on First to countless films and stage appearances, required immense physical exertion and precision timing. Maintaining this high level of performance night after night while battling exhaustion and medical issues underscores the resilience and professionalism that defined his legacy. Beyond his professional life, the revelations shed light on the human side of Lou Costello. He was a husband, father, and friend, whose personal struggles were often hidden behind the laughter he delivered to audiences. The pressures of fame, the demands of show business, and the physical toll of performing left him vulnerable, but he rarely allowed these challenges to show publicly. His daughter's account emphasizes that behind the public persona was a man who bore the weight of responsibility, often at great personal cost. This truth does not diminish the joy he brought to millions. Rather, it enhances it. Understanding the sacrifices Costello made adds depth to the laughter he generated. Every performance, every laugh, and every classic routine carries the imprint of a man who devoted himself entirely to his craft. Fans can now appreciate that the charm and energy that seemed effortless on screen were the result of dedication, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to his audience. Costello's legacy extends beyond his films and routines. The confirmation from his daughter encouraged reflection on the pressures that entertainers face and the human realities behind public personas. It serves as a reminder that legends are also people, individuals with vulnerabilities, health struggles, and personal sacrifices that are often invisible to the world. Acknowledging these truths allows fans and historians to honor not only his talent, but also his courage and dedication. Ultimately, Lou Costello's story is one of resilience, humor, and humanity. His daughter's revelations ensure that the full picture of his life, Both the brilliance and the challenges is known. While his death at 52 was tragic, the laughter he left behind endures, now enriched by the understanding of the man who made it possible. The world can celebrate Lou Costello not just as a comedy icon, but as a remarkable individual who gave everything. He had to bring joy even as he quietly faced his own struggles. As fans revisit his films, routines, and performances, they can do so with a renewed sense of respect and admiration. Lou Costello's life, illuminated by the truth his daughter revealed, reminds us that the greatest legacies are often built not only on talent but on perseverance, resilience, and the courage to give one's all, even when it comes at a personal cost. His laughter may have been his gift to the world, but the story behind it is a testament to the man he truly was.